The Rhode Island girls brought it. What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. We are here today to talk about the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Season 1, Episode 13. And the name of the episode is called Reunion Part 1. Now, I ended up watching the episode twice, and I ended up watching the uncensored and extended version. And when I tell you these girls were really cussing, I feel like sometimes, usually, again, I'm usually asleep by the time anything happens that we watch on Bravo, right? And so once I watch it, it's always on Peacock because Peacock, my Peacock subscription that I'm on, doesn't have any commercials, and it just gets straight to the point. But a lot of times, even when it's uncensored and extended, there's not a lot of cuss words in there. But these Rhode Island girls kind of give me New Jersey vibes, and so they were really cussing, especially Liz, and I'm here for it. Okay. I thought that it was a great episode for a first part of a reunion, especially for a premiere season of any franchise. And I love it. I thought that all of the girls brought it. I will say, if I had to, from the first episode, I thought that who would I say? Everybody except for Kelsey. Kelsey, kind of after her and Rosie had their little tip between each other, she kind of, left. And I love that Rulla was piped up the whole reunion, and we haven't even got to her part yet. Okay. But I am seeing, and I know that y'all see it too. We got to be honest about it, baby. Joellen is giving punk puss because she has a lot of energy for Rulla that she does not have for Liz. And it shows again that Rosie and Ashley were correct in what they were saying about Liz. The girls are scared of Liz, and that's just true. Okay. I wrote down some notes. Well, I typed down some notes. And we're probably not going to touch everything. We're just going to touch the things that I found that was most important. Okay. Now, it seems to me that Andy actually traveled to Rhode Island. It didn't seem to me, I don't like when we have to figure out, but it seemed to me that Andy actually traveled to Rhode Island because he ended up asking Alicia, did she drive there? And so I'm assuming that they're in Rhode Island. And, Andy only traveled to the girls when they're the girls. And I think that Andy is kind of pleased with the reception of the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. We see the girls in makeup getting dressed. I thought that it was a missed opportunity for Kelsey, right? I wanted Kelsey, if she's trying to do hair and makeup, she should have been able to do her own hair and makeup, right? Since she talked about it so much on the show, and that's the business she's going in, or at least do one of the girls' makeup or hair. I feel like that Ashley would have let her do it for free. Ashley give me, she always trying to pinch a penny. So I feel like that she could have asked Ashley to do her stuff for free. Okay. But again, now seeing the girls walk out, if I have to pick the best dress, I would say Joellen. I ain't no hater. I don't like Joellen, but I thought that Joellen looked amazing. And I will also say that Kelsey and Rosie also looked good too. If I had to pick a worse dress, it would be Alicia. And I like Alicia, but I just don't think that she looked good. Okay. Now, Rulla ended up getting her nose done. She said that she struggled with it for 25 years, right? Debated if she wanted to get it back and forth, and she got her nose done, and she also got a lip lift. Okay, girl, what you done did? What you done did? I don't like it. And that's the thing with me. I'm all for plastic surgery. For me, though, I don't think that I would get any plastic surgery no matter how much money I have. If I, maybe down the line, if I need to get some veneers or something like that or whatever, I'll probably do something like that. But when we go and get body part, I feel like if you're insecure about something on your body, if you go and get it surgically done, or you go and get plastic surgery for it, the chance that they can mess you up will make you, you get what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't judge, but maybe the nose got to sit in. For me, I don't like it. It's giving Rudolph. I don't like it. Okay. Andy ended up asking them how did they feel. What was the reception of Rhode Island when the people in Rhode Island found out they were going to have a Real Housewives of Rhode Island? They said that the people in Rhode Island were very anti them, but now they're embracing them. And I think that that's hate. I think that that's hate because they're not the ones, the people in Rhode Island, the people who are upset about it, they're upset because they're not the ones who's representing Rhode Island, right? They did the same thing to Atlanta. I remember when Nene them first came out, Nene said that they was calling them $1 Million Hood Rats. And then everybody started loving Atlanta after a minute. And now all of the girls want to get on the show. But I think that that's hate because I think that people want to be in their position, okay? Andy talked about how the girls actually know each other. Liz said that she has known Alicia since she was born. She remembered when Alicia was actually born. Okay. Andy said that the viewers had a hard time telling the girls apart. Who had a hard time telling them apart? Did Black people have a hard time telling them apart? I didn't have a hard time telling the girls apart. I just couldn't remember their names. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's what happens when you watch any show. You just don't remember the girls' names. And I think what also was so confusing, again, when for instance, with Salt Lake City, when Salt Lake City first started, you can really tell the girls apart by how they showed up. We had a Black girl on the cast. We also had a heavyset girl on the cast, which was Heather. You get what I'm saying? And so it was easy to tell the girls apart. I think that with these girls, they were probably all around the same size. They don't have any, all of the girls seem to have the same background or similar backgrounds, and nobody is heavyset or anything like that. And so I think that that is what played a part into it. Okay. Andy said that he thought that Rosie and Kelsey looked alike. I never thought that they looked alike. I think that they were both beautiful girls, but I don't really see them looking alike. Okay. Kelsey, I think I told y'all this earlier before. Kelsey actually looked like a girl I went to high school with. We actually went to middle school and high school together. So she kind of like a girl I went to high school with. So I was able to tell her apart from the girls a lot. Okay. But it seems like the reunion, it really started with Kelsey versus Rosie. Kelsey ended up apologizing at Rulla event. Rosie said that it wasn't genuine.
What do y'all f***ing want?
I don't know what Rosie wanted. I thought that the apology that Kelsey gave her was very genuine. Okay. Andy asked what was the issue between the girls. Kelsey said that she felt that Rosie was trying to compete with her.
Bitch, goodbye.
Now, throughout the reunion, Ashley seems like that she's going to be Rosie's mouthpiece throughout, right? I think that she know that if anybody was lacking storyline or if the viewers wasn't into anybody's storylines, it was hers. At least for me, it was, okay? But she was really talking a lot for Rosie. Rosie didn't really have to do anything, but Rosie did speak up against Kelsey, baby. She dragged her, okay? They talked about Rosie didn't post Kelsey's hair. Listen, again, I said this before. If Kelsey wanted to get paid, I'm not gonna also post either, right? You can't have both of them. You can't want payment from me and then want me to post you on my social media. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You can't have both things, okay? And it seems like, to me, it seems that Rosie must really be that bitch because you're so upset that she didn't post you on her page. You get what I'm saying? If she was just a nothing ass bitch like you claim that she is, you wouldn't want her to post. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be worried about her posting you on her social media that you did her hair. But you want her to post you on her social media because she is that girl. Okay? Then they talk about Rosie calling Kelsey a slam pig. Okay, Rosie said that she learned it from one of Alicia's friends, not her mama, because I thought that Alicia said that her mama made up the word slam pig before. Okay, she said that she doesn't think that Kelsey is a slam pig. And then they ended up talking about Kelsey attacking Rosie. I do think that Kelsey attacks Rosie.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
I do. I think that Kelsey is looking for somebody in the clique or in the group to, get her shit off with. And I think that she saw that in Rosie because Rosie doesn't really have any ties to anybody in the group like that. Okay. Andy asked who thought that Kelsey's siren was funny. Liz and Joellen thought that it was funny, and Kelsey said that was no surprise. Again, they're going to be clicked up. They're going to go up for Kelsey in anything that she do, even all the wrongdoing that she does. So I didn't think that was a surprise either. But Rosie ate Kelsey up because Kelsey asked her, do I suck dick for a career? Because she's trying to make it seem like that Rosie was sharing a whole bunch of nothing, and she wanted Rosie to basically say that she don't suck dick for a career. And Rosie said, I do think that you actually sucked dick for a career, and your only co-worker was the girl in Florida, because we knew that her boyfriend had a girlfriend in Florida, and he was in Florida while they was filming the show. Okay. And so Kelsey tries to say, well, don't you suck your husband's dick? And she said, not really. I'm not really into that. But even if she was sucking the man's dick, baby, that was her husband.
Like what?
Like, that's the reason why.
You weren't married. So you still can't compare. You can't win with Rosie, baby. Rosie has everything that you don't. She has a career, she has a husband, and she has a home. That man that you was with, you was not married to. You wasted your time over there with the man, and he put you out on your ass, basically.
Stop! It ain't no way you can win!
Well, at least you about to be on your ass if what's the nigga name? If your man ain't paying for him. I forgot his name. He's irrelevant.
Loser!
Then we get Joellen and Kelsey. They're saying that Rosie slept with a coach. Rosie is saying that the coach was having an affair with a student reporter at the school. Kelsey is saying that a cop pulled him over and Rosie was in the car. Joellen is saying that he was getting a DUI and Rosie's name was in the police report. Okay, so they both came to the reunion with two different stories. Okay, Rosie said that her name isn't in the police report, and Ashley asked, "Why are y'all so convinced that she was with this man?" But it's just to dirty up her name. You get what I'm saying? And my thing is, y'all didn't do yourselves any favors by coming to the reunion without the receipts. Y'all got receipts, especially you, Joellen. You got receipts for everything else. You mean to tell me that you didn't come to the reunion with receipts on Rosie? Now, Joellen says that she haven't seen a police report, and Rosie says that she never met the man. Okay, I really do think that Rosie did not have an affair with this man. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Andy ended up asking, "Is Kelsey hard on Rosie sometimes?" I do. I do think that she is hard on Rosie, and I think that she needs somebody to pick on. But I must say, though, Kelsey, you have to be. I mean, if you don't want to fuck with her, you don't got to fuck with her. But I do think that, her apology was genuine. Her apology was genuine, and you just don't fuck with the bitch, and that's okay too. If she been picking on you and you don't want to fuck with her, you don't want to fuck with her. Okay, but I would not let her run me out of the group. Then we get on Liz's package. Okay, Liz cat Ganji died. Okay, she said that she has a new grandbaby. Okay, and she wanted to be called Gigi because she didn't want to be called grand anything. You didn't want to be called grand anything, baby, because you're not. You're not a grandmother, baby. You haven't even given birth.
Oh my God.
And I'm not trying to pick on Liz or be mean with Liz or anything like that, but if we're going to be literal with everything that people say, we're going to be literal with you. You're not a grandmother because you didn't give birth. Okay? They said that it was hard for Liz to go from 0 to 3 kids. She said that she had aspirations of having kids on her own, her and Jerry did, but it was never really the right time. There will never be a right time to have children, right? In my opinion, as I'm getting older, I don't think that there's never really a right time to do anything, because once you ponder on it for so long, time will have passed, you know what I'm saying? Time will have passed you by and you looked up and you know what I'm saying? 2 or 3 years came by. So I don't think that there's ever really a right time to do anything. If you ask me, I think that if you want to do something, or even if you think you want to do it, you should just go ahead and do it. Rulla ended up saying during the season when the cat's away, the mice will play, and she insinuated that Liz was cheating on Jerry. She said that she know that Liz struggled when Jerry was away, and Liz had chats in the past. Okay, and she then said that she was just busting her chops. Okay, but Liz is telling her, "Girl, go ahead and say what you got to say. Go ahead and say what you got to say." And so Rulla goes ahead and say that she's been places where Liz has been, and Liz was hanging out with men, and basically that she's been places and seen Liz with other men.
Like it got really.
Liz says that there was only one instance when Jerry and her were separated. Girl, please. Bitch, please. I'm not buying it. Okay? But she basically says there was one time when her and Jerry were separated. She went to Block Island and she met up with a guy. The next day, Jerry got a call from Rulla and Brian. Okay? And the goal was for Jerry to find out. Bitch, show you right. Show you right. Okay? Rulla says that it's a lie. Okay? That her or Brian never called Jerry. Do I believe they ever called Jerry? I don't know. I can understand, because the issue is that, remember, Brian ended up calling Rulla's job. I don't know if I believe that Rulla and Brian called Jerry. The only reason why I question it is because why would Rulla and Brian call Jerry? You get what I'm saying? What reason would they have to call Jerry? Of course, they want to get Joellen fired for, telling their business and stuff like that. But what would they gain from going to tell Jerry that Liz was cheating? Okay, but Rulla says it's a lie. Okay, Rulla says that other people have seen things, but she doesn't want to get involved. Rulla, you got to stand on business. The only leeway that I'm going to give you is that this is your first season, and so you don't know how everything plays out. But when you have said things on this camera, you have to stand in it when it comes to the reunion. So you insinuated something during the season, so now you are involved. There ain't no such thing as I don't want to get involved. Rulla says that Liz told her that Jerry went off and did his thing and she went out and did her thing, okay? I do believe that Liz probably told Rulla something before, and I believe that Liz and Jerry have probably cheated on each other before. And they chose to stay in their marriage. I really do believe that. I do believe that it's too much stuff going on between Liz and Jerry for me to not believe that anything has ever happened between them. I definitely believe that they cheated on each other a couple of times before. Okay, they talked about Liz snapping on Kelsey for saying ongoing. She said that she snapped on her. She said she was apologetic, but she snapped on her because Kelsey knew the struggle that she was going through, and it was embarrassing to her, right? And this is the same thing again. What Megan Thee Stallion say, you do the shit that you put on the next bitch, right? You went off on Kelsey for saying ongoing, but Kelsey was trying to stop you from embarrassing yourself. And Kelsey was trying to protect you. She did not want you to go on a dot with Dino because there have been rumors about you and Dino out there, right? And then you snapped on her. She was trying to do the same thing that you did to Alicia.
Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that.
She was trying to do the same thing that you did to Alicia. She was trying to protect you. And so on one instance, you can't get mad at Kelsey and apologize. And you did apologize, but you still got mad at her and you went and snapped on her on camera for everybody to see and did not understand where Alicia was coming from. They talked about Alicia seemed like she was terrified that Liz would think that she was talking behind her back when she talked to Rosie about Liz, okay? I don't think so. I think that Rosie was being messy, right? And Rosie was telling Alicia, well, when she said this, you should have said that, right? That would have got Rosie fucked up. You don't tell me what to do. Who the fuck do you think you are? Right? Okay. They ended up asking the girls, are they scared of Liz? Ashley said that she is scared of Liz. The thing is this, when I see people like Liz, Alicia, I think that Liz wants people to be scared of her. I think that she gets a kick that the girls are scared of her. Right? And so I'm not really buying that Liz doesn't want people to be scared of her. She don't know why people are scared of her. She wants people to be scared of her.
I see you. I see you.
Then we get to Ashley package. Okay, Ashley ended up crying 7 times this season. I didn't realize she cried so much. And she ended up crying at the reunion when she was talking about her relationship with Rosie. So out of 13 episodes, she have cried 8 episodes so far. So that's what, roughly, that's over 50%. So she does cry a lot. I realized that she was crying sometimes. Because I don't think that I've actually saw tears come out of her eyes, especially when she was holding her baby. I didn't think that she was crying. I just thought that she was like venting or something like that, but I didn't realize that tears was actually coming down her eyes, okay? She said that she moved to Rhode Island in 2021, and she only knew Rosie before joining the show, and that they were set up on a friend date. So that's how she met Rosie, okay? Kelsey ended up saying that Ashley doesn't hang out with the girls outside of filming. Ashley said that she hasn't been invited anywhere by Kelsey. She said that her friendship with Rosie is special, but that's not going to stop her from making friends with anyone else. I do think, though, that with the way that Ashley has been at this reunion, she did a lot of talking for Kelsey. I mean, she did a lot of talking for Rosie, right? And I don't think that a friendship with her and Kelsey is going to work. Because it seems like you are becoming it seems like that Ashley is becoming Rosie's mouthpiece. And if I'm Kelsey, I don't need every time I say something about the girl, you to be telling me something. And I also don't think that Ashley has anything in common with these girls. Outside of Kelsey, because her Kelsey and Rosie seem to be around the same age. Outside of that, I don't think that Ashley has anything in common with these girls. I think that they live a totally different life. Again, Ashley is very Disney Channel, and these other girls don't seem to be. I think that Alicia and Ashley probably would be good with each other because Alicia gets me kind of kooky. You get what I'm saying? But outside of that, I don't see Ashley just hanging with Liz. I don't see Ashley hanging with Joella. Ashley says, since the show, Audrey has picked up more business, and you would think that because the show, the restaurant has picked up more business, it would be good for them. But she said it has actually caused more problems. Then we get into Joella's package. Okay, she says that her relationship with her mom now isn't good. I knew that her relationship with her mom wasn't going to be good because she threw her mother under the bus for fame. Okay, then they ended up talking about the inappropriate relationship with her sister and Jerry. She said that her sister and Jerry did not date. He only touched her boobs in middle school. And, it's like a running joke. I don't think that it's a joke. I think that Joellen probably thinks that, you know, it can't happen. But I haven't been married, but listen, it can happen, baby. Y'all know my story. It can happen. I've seen it before. Okay. So it definitely can happen. And I don't think that it's funny or cute. But again, Joellen would do anything for fame. So she will put that out there like that because she wanted to be interesting to see.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Be very clear.
Joellen was fired from her job. We found out, okay? And she said that she decided a couple of weeks ago that it was too much and she's going to be a stay-at-home mom and focus on the kids, okay? AKA, baby, this show popped out for me and I don't want to work no more. I want to be a full-time housewife. The thing with is, Joellen, baby, you don't got nothing to talk about but Rulla. Okay, so she was talking with Rulla. Her and Rulla was arguing throughout the whole episode, baby. Rulla was ready for Joellen's ass. Okay, and so Joellen is saying, "Why is she here? She's in 3 episodes, baby." Yes, because she's your storyline. That's why if you look at the couches, y'all are sitting in the same position. She was your storyline. That's why she's there. Because you didn't have anything to focus on except for her relationship with Ryan. You didn't have anything to focus on. Rulla ended up saying she had surgery records for the day the video was taken. Rulla, this is my thing, mama. You would do better just not trying to defend Brian and his cheating, right? If you're going to forgive your man and just let it be. Whatever happened, you know, just say that you passed that shit. But for you to be down here at the reunion, and I do understand that you got kids by the man, right? I do understand that. But for you to be at the reunion trying to defend it, just say, listen, that shit was in the past and I forgive my man. And I forgave him and I can't worry about the stuff that happened before. Okay. Let me back up because there was something that happened. I believe that Andy had asked Rulla, how did it feel? Am I going to talk about it later? Let me see in my notes. Okay. So I think that I missed it in my notes to talk. I wrote it down, but I don't think that I talked about it. But Andy ended up asking Liz, how did she feel about Rulla saying that she didn't have children by Jerry, so she didn't understand what it meant to, you know, stay in that relationship. I think that Rulla was actually correct. I think that we're in a day and age where everybody wants to be so politically correct, but I do think that Rulla was correct. And if I said Joellen, I meant Liz. Liz doesn't have any children with Jerry that are hers, and so she wouldn't understand. I do think that that's true. As a person who don't have children, I don't understand. I don't know what it's like to be in a relationship with somebody and supposed to be raising these children with this person. And me not wanting to raise these children on my own, but I do think that that was an excuse from Rulla. You get what I'm saying? But I don't think that Liz really understands what it's like.
You childless whore.
I'm sorry. Okay? I don't. Okay. Rulla was talking to Joellen and she tells Joellen that she told her to stop, that she was going to handle it her own way. And Joellen said, this is the reunion. Okay. Rulla, again, I got to give this one to Joellen. She is correct. I think that you should have told her sooner, right? You should have told her when you sat down with her at the bar that you wanted to handle this charade and to leave it alone, but you wanted to seem a certain type of way or like a certain type of woman on camera. You wanted to be seen as a woman who's not going to turn a blind eye to what your husband is doing. So you wanted to tell her on camera so the viewing public can think that you want to know when you really don't want to know. And you should have been honest with her. You should have told her, mind your motherfucking business. But you have said things about her on camera now. She has to come to the reunion to defend herself. You are her storyline. Then we get back to Liz, okay? Liz says that when she said that Alicia was never homeless, she said that she was trying to protect her and she wasn't trying to demean her feelings, and she's sorry, and it broke her heart that she did that to her, okay? Again, I've said this during the season. I do believe that Liz was trying to protect her initially, and then it went somewhere else. And this is the issue. When I think of Liz's and Alicia relationship, I think of Portia and Shamia and why Portia didn't want Shamia on the show. Because when you have somebody on the show like that is that close to you, they kind of overstep. And I think that Liz was trying to protect Alicia and she kind of overstepped. Then they talked about what happened in the car on the way to Cabo. Liz said that she wasn't the one in the car who brought it up. She said that Joellen and Alicia knew that they were going to bring it up in the car. I definitely believe that. Okay. I definitely believe that 100%. And Alicia did bring it up. I believe that 100% that they had a conversation that they were going to bring it up in the car. Okay. She said that Alicia told her they was going to do it. I definitely believe that they did. And Liz said that she felt ambushed. I don't know if you felt ambushed, Liz, if you knew that they were going to bring it up. How did you feel ambushed when you knew that they were going to bring it up? Or did you know that they was going to bring it up and you felt like that Alicia put too much on it? Because you were sorry and you was okay with them bringing it up, but they put more on than what you thought that they was going to do. Liz said that there was voice memos about it, and she found it hard to believe that the number one detective didn't hear the voice memos, okay? And she ended up telling, and she's talking about Joellen, and she ended up telling Joellen, you're full of shit. And Joellen says that she didn't listen to it to this day. I don't believe that Joellen at all. I don't believe Joellen at all. And Liz make a great point. The number one detective in the world, you didn't listen to the voice memos? Bitch, please, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Joellen keeps trying to make it seem like that when she was putting her hands on Liz and Liz told her to take her hands off of her, that she was trying to console her. Joellen, baby, listen, if Liz told you not to put your hands on her and to take your hands off of her and asked you to stop, no matter what you thought that you was doing, you should have moved your motherfucking hands. Period.
Don't motherfucking touch me.
You respect my space, respect my personal space. I think that Joellen was trying to get a rise out of Liz. Okay, she said that she was trying to protect her from looking crazy. If you was trying to protect her from looking crazy, then you should have kept your hands off of her. I don't think that she was trying to protect her from looking crazy. Okay, and I want y'all to notice that there is a way that Joellen is talking to Rulla that she is not talking to Liz. She's not talking to Liz like that. She is not giving her that same energy. Okay, Joellen says that she was trying to de-escalate the situation. When you're trying to de-escalate a situation, you talk to both parties. And you have to be neutral if you're trying to de-escalate a situation. I don't think that she was trying to de-escalate the situation. I think that she was trying to get Liz to pipe down. And Alicia was amped up. And she was crying and she was amped up. Liz says that she thinks Alicia amps herself up. I do believe that Alicia amps herself up. I do. I think that Alicia had to start crying in order for Liz to care. Or she had to start crying to pop her shit with Liz, right? Who was we talking about before? I forgot what housewife show it was. It's going to come to me. Let me think. Kyle never really pipes up against Erica Jane unless she got tears in her eyes because she's scared of Erica Jane, right? So that's what I felt like that Alicia was doing in the car. She's scared of Liz, and so she was trying to pipe up with her. She had to cry so Liz can kind of feel sorry for her. And I think that she went too far and Liz couldn't take it. You get what I'm saying? Bitch, there's only so much that you're going to be able to do. You get what I'm saying? There's only so much you're going to be able to say to me, and I feel her. You get what I'm saying? Give a bitch an inch, they'll take them out, right? Liz, they ended up talking about Liz hair touching. They ended up talking about Liz grabbing Joellen's hair and pushing her chair. She said that she is tactile defensive and she wanted her space and she wanted her hands off of her and she wanted her away. Okay, Liz ended up apologizing to Alicia. She said that she doesn't think that she have an evil intent or a bad heart, but she doesn't owe Joellen an apology and she never will apologize to her. Okay, Joellen ended up saying she should fear the next time that she pulled Liz's hair. Girl, you ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit to Liz.
Hey, you're weak, honey.
Alicia said being at Cabo, she didn't see it as a one-sided fight where Liz was just attacking Alicia, Joellen. She said that she saw two people fighting. Okay, and I don't know if I agree with that. At least from what they showed, I thought that Liz was doing a lot, but I do remember Liz telling Joellen more than one time, "Don't put your hands on me. Get your hands off. Get your hands off of me, darling. Get your hands off of me, even outside. Don't touch me." And she even told her dad in the car. So I don't know why Joellen kept on doing it. Liz says that her and Joellen aren't best friends. She said that Joellen embodies something that her soul rejects. Joellen says, "You're a narcissist like my mom." And Liz says, "I'm not your mom, bitch. I'm not your mom, bitch." And this is how you know Joellen is punk puss. That would have been so easy for her to throw in Liz's face. "Girl, you're nobody's mom. You're right. You're not my mom. You're actually nobody's mom, bitch." But see, she's too punk puss to go there because I feel like if she would have said that, Liz would have jumped up out that seat because Liz definitely want to be counted as somebody's mama. Then we get Rosie. She said that she feel like that Joellen, Liz, and Kelsey have a clique. When Alicia started hanging with Rosie, or when she started hanging with Alicia, they started calling her a flip-flop. flopper, and she said proof of them having the click is what happened at the mansion. Okay, Liz tried to course correct or reverse engineer what happened at the mansion, and Andy had to let her know, baby, saying what you said, telling it with the first time is the issue. Liz said that she doesn't do the click thing. You certainly did it when it came to Rosie. Maybe not with Rulla. We have seen instances of you calling Joellen out about the shit that was going on with Rulla, but you definitely did the click thing when it came to Rosie.
You did.
Rosie said that Joellen said that Liz had a whole group chat of them talking shit about Rosie, and she made them delete it. So there seems to be some click-ish shit there where they didn't like Rosie. Rosie ended up stopped texting Joellen during the season. Rosie said that Joellen was saying mean stuff about her in the press, and then she made social media posts doing road tripping. You know, that was the name of the segment that Rosie hosted on the news, okay? And she ended up doing 4 of them. And she ended up saying, my social media person, I had to talk. Fuck up! Girl, you are a nasty, nasty bitch. Joellen is a nasty, nasty bitch. And what she was trying to do was pop off on social media and become an influencer the same way Ashley was doing because she doesn't have a job now. That's what she was trying to do. Okay? Rulla started talking, okay? And she ended up saying, you're in 3 episodes, stop speaking. Yes, she's only in 3 episodes, but you brought her name up every episode. You made her relevant. You made her relevant. That's why she's there. That's why she's there. She may be only in 3 episodes, baby, but her name was brought up the whole season. You brought her name up so much, rumor has it that she was going to be a friend of the show, but you talked about her so much, baby, that she actually ended up holding a pearl. Rulla said, you're a slut. Joellen said, no, your husband is a slut. Roland said, you're a slut. You fuck with doctors. And Rulla ended up getting out of her seat, and Andy learned from Portia, no, baby, you don't get up. You don't get up. I remember even when Sheree got up and got up on Candy at the reunion, and Andy got up. Andy is not going to let nobody. You can't control nobody that's on the same side of the couch. Like, he couldn't control. Now, he got there in time. I don't think that he thought that Portia was going to do anything to Kenya. But, you know, definitely don't let nobody get up and walk on the other side of the couch. But Rulla was up getting like she was getting ready to do something. And Joella told Rulla, say something and I'll break your fucking nose. And Rulla kept talking to you to break her motherfucking nose. But see, that threat that you made, you would have never made a threat like that with Liz, and that's what makes you punk puss. You got a lot of energy for Rulla when Rulla really hasn't done anything to you. If anything, Liz has done way more than Rulla did. You just saying that Rulla said that she was a liar and you got to prove yourself. Liz has taken it there with you. And you don't got that energy for her, but you got it for Rulla. Because Liz will beat your ass. Rulla says that everyone knows that Joellen is a slut. And from the looks on the girl's face, they all know it's true too. Remember, these girls know each other. And this is the thing for me. I don't know how good I will do on reality TV, because if we're doing reality TV, we have to be honest, right? And so my thing is, I don't know how much of it we're going to tell or not, right? How do we know how much we're going to tell or not? Because if I'm Liz and I know that Joellen is cheating with doctors and cheating on her husband, then we get to the reunion, we talking about it.
You better believe I'm going to talk about it.
If we beefing, and I don't know what we're not going to go that far. We going to the depths of hell, baby. But y'all, that's all I got right now. Who do y'all think was the MVP of part 1? I thought that Kelsey kind of lost me. Kelsey was kind of missing in the sauce after her and Rosie segment was up. But, I thought that all of the girls, really showed up. I want to give a shout out to Ashley. Because Ashley, conflict is very, very hard for her. We've seen during the season. And I think that she took what Rosie said to her about, I wanted you to help me and I wanted you to defend me when those girls was coming to me. She's over here fighting for Rosie. Rosie didn't really have to do anything. Rosie didn't really have to do anything. Ashley was doing it all for her. Okay, but y'all, that's all I got right now. Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate the love and support. And I'm sorry that this review is out late. The reunion came on Sunday. I didn't watch it until Monday. And so I'm sorry that it's out on Thursday. I will try to have it earlier next week, but it's just a whole bunch going on with Love Island. And, we'll see. But I'll try to have it out earlier next week. But thank you all so much for clicking on the video, y'all. I really appreciate the love and support. And I will see y'all later. Adios.